they're lap dogs. They think they're lap dogs.
No, that's what makes them the best. Glover's dog would just like stand next to you because I would take care of him like if Glover was out of town. And he would just like stand next to you, and sooner or later he's leaning all of his weight on you,
Yep.
and you have to be petting him. You know,
That's
he's
what they do. It
just
makes
a
no
big old
sense.
baby.
They're big babies. Shoot. I just pressed record,
What's the word?
honestly.
I know you did, bro. I was kind of not ready for it.
Me neither. I just pulled the trigger. I just said, let's go for
Just
it.
hop into it.
Episode 22. The Kitchen Hook.
22.
Yep. You got to see us
Hook, baby.
play last weekend. A couple games.
What's that?
Says you got to see us play a couple games.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't see us play that first game all the way. Good God.
I wish we would have been able to make a in-person podcast happen. That would have been cool.
No, yeah, that would have been really cool. It'll happen one day. It's going to happen one day.
Yeah, man, but I saw your squad get rolling a little bit there. You know, they
a little bit.
How did you do that second game? I can't even remember.
Lost by 4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We were down 15, lost by 4.
Yeah.
Pressed them. Had that big kid, baby Giannis, at the top of the press. So when he got hurt, it was sad. When he got hurt, it was sad. I knew it too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, we're not going to do well.
He just makes things happen for you. He's one of those dudes that the thing I said, I think, to you after the game was he's always getting his hand on the ball, like especially on the defensive end of the floor. He's just making them throw over the top, and he's got good hands. He'll just kind of swat it down.
Yeah. Clem was telling him not to jump, which I agree. You just got to teach him when to jump and when not to jump. When the right times there are to jump. Like when you don't need to be jumping when there's 4 people around. Like something bad's going to happen. Odds are not good. But he's young. He'll learn.
You know this, and you know, the more you play basketball, you kind of learn this. Shot blocking is more so about your timing and understanding when they're going to be releasing the ball than it is being able to jump out of the gym.
Yeah, for real.
I think my big fella's kind of starting to learn that. He's Noah Sevi. He's kind of starting to figure it out that it's not just jump as high as you can and block it. It's time out their footwork. See when they're going to go up into that layup and then pin it, you know?
Yeah, Chase, I don't know. Once he gets it all figured out, Chase will be pretty good. He plays for Wall, I think. He's from Wall. But
that's the kid we were just talking about, your big fella?
Yeah. The second day, my team lost every game. We lost every game. It was bad. It wasn't good. The closest game was that second game that you came to. The first game of the 15 U's, one of Clem's teams, we were coaching them, and this kid from Box Elder right outside of Rapid was giving the workout. And it was a back and forth game, and we got it to 10, and he just kept getting clutch bucket. He had this kid screaming for help. Like, this kid was like, you guys got to help me. You guys have got to help me. I'm like, bro.
That's when you know you're getting cooked right there.
Yes. And Clem said he said that. He's like, man, you're getting cooked. The head coach on the other side was like, bro, you're getting cooked out there. You need to. His kid's name is Isaiah. He came out and sat down on the bench, and I looked at him. I'm like, yo, Isaiah, you know what's crazy is you had that kid asking for help. Like, that's what you were cooking him, like, when it was.
That's a tough pill to swallow, man. Have you ever had one of those times where, like, you're kind of looking at your teammates like, look, I need help, fellas. Like, come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've had that. It was against Ronnie Harrell in summer league ball. I was just like, he hit me with. He just kind of pulled up from like 30 feet, and he hit it, and I looked. I was like, oh god, guys, you might
Mm,
have to help me here. This could get ugly
funny.
because I
Yeah,
wasn't a
I
good
think I have
defender.
to.
I'll
Yeah,
be
you.
smart enough though. I'll figure out like who has the worst player, and I'll be like, "Yo, you gotta switch me to like
Hmm.
you're a better
That's being a
defender than
smart
me. Like you
defender.
gotta
Yeah,
switch
like,
me."
hey, I can't check this dude. I need you to guard him. Yeah, I would say there's a couple of times that happened to me. Shoot, the first time I played Akeem Alston, the point guard at Sheridan my freshman year and sophomore year, I was kind of looking around like I've never seen a dude like this before. Like, okay, this is getting crazy.
I've done that. I still do that in city league. Like if there's someone going at me, I'll be like, guys, someone want to switch? I don't
Yeah,
because I hate being the one that's just giving up the buckets. I'm like, damn, someone
you
else want to
duck
guard
that.
this guy? Like, does someone else want to try? I'm opening up
Yeah,
to switch right now if you guys want to. If not, then
please
you're
switch.
saying
If we
if
want to
not
win, I need to switch.
if you not don't want to switch, then you're saying you don't care if I get cooked every possession. Then hey, I'm cool with it,
Hey,
but I
that's
want to be
smart
on the same
defending though,
page.
realizing that this guy's gonna give me buckets, so we might need to switch this up.
I hate when it's like you pick a guy and you're like, man, yeah, this guy, he's not going to be anything, and then he gets the ball and he kind of hits you with a couple moves. And you're like, oh shoot,
Yeah,
I might need to switch here.
that's always the old dude though. I've never been like, especially nowadays playing, I'll pretty much guard whoever unless it's just like a big old monster and it doesn't make sense for me to guard him. But like,
Uh huh.
there's been a couple times where, I've been getting up and down. Like I remember in Minot, there was this kind of older dude that played in this city league and he was pulling up from deep. Like his name's Steve. Shout out Steve Aguilar. And he hit me with a couple deep threes, and I was like, and he's walking around like he's big, he looks like a dude. He doesn't work out his legs much, but he's big up top, and just has this wet jumper a couple times, and I was like, oh, and then he hit a couple more, and we were off the court. My team was, and I'm sitting there like, man, that happened quick, and this dude is old. Like this dude's old and just pulling from Curry range.
Dude, old man game is crazy. Some people like really who can play are really old, and it's like, yo, how can you still shoot like that? I know you get in the gym like twice a week, maybe five,
I
maybe like
see.
10 times a month, and some people
I can
just have
see
the
you
coldest
though
jumpers.
being I can see you being a guy that surprises some people if the knees hold up that
Oh,
oh my God,
absolutely,
he's wetting these corner tray balls right now.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That happened at
Like the
a.
older you get if you keep hooping.
Mm-hmm. That happened at at a a tournament we played in Dupree when I was still living in Spearfish. First game I had like 20, 28 and hit quite a few threes, and the next day we showed up and we played a team that was really good. Like they had better players than us, and the refs over there pointing and telling their best player like, yeah, that guy over there,
He's a shooter.
he's a shooter. And I was like, bro, why do you have to do that? Come on.
Yeah,
So
man.
that of course
Don't
I
give
got
him the scout.
so of course I had someone on my hip the whole game. I'm like, guys, come on.
Yeah. They were
Like
playing you like it was you were a dead three.
deserved.
Absolutely. In three dribble, I'm not letting you get threes off. That's all there is to it.
See, though, I've figured out to be able to have the ball up here and still shoot it. I can do that.
Yeah,
So
a little over the top.
it's a little hard, a little tough. Pause.
We um we had two games today.
Oh
Man,
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
it was a roller coaster today.
Do you guys play tomorrow?
Um, oh, did I lose you?
No.
Can you hear me, Bushel? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we play 8 a.m. bright and early.
Damn.
But
Tournament bracket play.
yeah, that's the bracket play. We had our two pool play games today and then have our bracket play starting tomorrow.
What seed? One or what seed are you?
It was like so the first place team in each pool would go into the championship bracket, the second place team would go into another bracket,
Mm.
and then the third place team, it was pools of three. And we lost a close one by one this morning. And then they ended up beating the team that we beat, so they got the one. So they're in the championship bracket, and we're in the gold
Oh.
constellation.
Oh well.
But it's all good. We just got to get, get
What are
some
you guys
reps
playing
in.
at?
We were playing at this South Suburban complex down in Littleton. It's pretty nice. It's got like a hockey rink in there.
Dude,
Um,
I I like Gold Crown's facilities. I do, but their courts are disgusting.
yeah, they got to get them refinished or something. I think it's been that same floor there, and they just try and clean it. I feel like a couple times.
It's
They
so
got to get that
sticky.
thing. You
Like
think
I
it's
would dribble.
sticky?
Oh, I would dribble a ball a couple times, or 3 or 4 times, and then the ball felt different after a little bit. I'm like, what? This is like
Ew,
gross. It was like gross. Like it happened to me on every single court too, and I was like, this don't feel
really?
right.
Well, they got so many games going through there all the
All
time.
the
Like, I
time.
wonder if they even have time where they can get it cleaned completely. Like that
At
thing's
night,
getting
they
used
hire at
all
night.
the time.
But it is hard to clean a basketball court like quickly.
And then he does Zamboni.
Yeah, you gotta run the Zamboni a couple times. Um, dude,
Shoot,
the
bro. What's
the big the what is it? The basketball tournament's on now.
I know. Have you watched it?
I watched the game last night, the Wichita State game.
They were playing the Beale Street,
Boys,
whatever, right? Yeah.
and that was a good game.
Josh Murphy was telling me Josh Murphy was telling me that Brandon Jefferson was playing on a team and he was cooking.
Huh? Might have
I
been
gotta
for
look that
D.
up.
You have to, yeah. You might as well look that up. See, the Elam ending when it's played out good. I kind of like it. Like I don't
I
really
do
mind it,
too.
just because it does. I see that. It's grown on me. I see the point of it. It takes away all the free throws. Like let's just throw up a target score. Let's play to it.
Yeah, man. I like how it
Because even if I'm down 20, I'm still not gonna foul. Like I'm gonna have to play
yeah,
defense.
exactly. It takes that kind of like the part of the game at the end of the game where there's no rhythm to it. It's kind of
Uh,
like foul and then run down, play defense, and then maybe you get a stop and foul again. That Elam ending just makes you, like you said, it makes you sit down and play some defense. Yeah, he had 27
who do you play for?
versus Rise and Grind. He played for Bleed Green.
Lead Green. That's probably Marshall. No, that's not Marshall. That's the money team. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
He
just
was getting
talking.
to it
I'm just
though.
talking to talk. People. Sometimes I do that.
That's kind of all we got
Uh,
today. We don't got much on the docket, honestly. Do you have something you want to talk about, Bush? Because, man, but basketball is kind of at a interesting point right now. It's just like there's nothing going on with it.
dude, I'm getting annoyed with this Damian Lillard thing. Like, just figure it out.
Yeah, I
What's
haven't
wrong with
even
our
heard
hero
anything
and
about it.
a couple first round picks? Like
Hmm. Get it done, Miami.
Portland is in no situation to win right now. None. Zero. So what? Like
And
why
again,
force?
it's like the dude gave you great years in Portland. Give him what he wants. Make it
Yeah.
happen. And you can still get some good stuff for it. Like you said, trade a couple picks and then maybe Tyler Hero or whatever. And boom, you got a nice little core there, young core. You're just gonna have to put pieces around it.
He plays tomorrow at 12 Central
Who
Time.
does?
That's Central Time. So he would play tomorrow at like 11 in the morning. Brandon Jefferson.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, they won their first two games. Sorry to change subjects so quickly. I
Oh, you're
kind of just
good.
bracket. No, I agree with Damian Lillard though. He's done so much for that city. It's like, yo, you haven't done anything for him. Why not just do something to help him out? Like send him where he wants to go. There's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with that. There's
Yeah,
no
man.
way you're gonna get anything to be able to compete in that way in the Western Conference right now.
No, not with the way it's stacked up. I mean, you've talked
No.
about it in the past of just there's too many. I feel like Portland's best window was obviously with CJ McCollum and them, but they ran into the Warriors, and no one was beating them really. And so
It
now
was,
it's like, okay, we got to start over a little bit.
it was like before the Nuggets won this year. The Nuggets' window was 08, 09,
Hmm.
09, 10, but they ran into the Lakers 2 years in a row.
Hmm.
It is what it is. Sometimes there's just a better team. You may have a great team that's capable of winning, but there's just a better team in your conference.
Well, and like
May
the
not be the
Sacramento
team, they just
Kings,
match up better.
with the Lakers in the early
Uh huh.
2000s.
Yep.
Like I feel, to be honest, they're one of my favorite teams to play with on 2K. They're fun. Um,
Doug Christie, Mike
those
Bibby,
classic teams.
those teams are
Doug
good.
Christie,
Yeah.
Chris Webber.
Peja Stojakovic.
Yeah, man, I'll give buckets with them on 2K.
That Kings team was filthy.
But they ran into the Lake Show.
Yep. Kobe Bryant.
There was one of those series that Sacramento I think thinks they got robbed. It was like the 2002 or 2003 series.
2003. No,
How was it?
2002. So it was one of the, yes, 2002 or something like that. There was like some scandal going on about it. Whatever. Kobe still got it done.
I ain't hearing none of this. We're breaking up real bad.
We are. I hear you perfectly.
You can? You're breaking up. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or what.
Huh. You got that poo poo Wi Fi. You got that vast.
The wasn't that who we had in college?
Yeah, that terrible ass. Sorry if
Yeah,
someone
man.
works or knows someone from Vast, but that Wi-Fi was awful,
Oh man, I can't believe you just brought that up.
dude.
I was like,
Constantly,
because I didn't know what you were talking about at first, and then I was like, oh wait, that rings a bell. That was our Wi-Fi at King.
because you're constantly resetting the router, constantly.
Hmm.
Um, man, we had the nice little setup on King Street.
You wanted the basement, man. That was the spot.
I love the basement.
You moved in there after I
I'm
left, didn't you?
so glad about the basement.
Yeah.
It's perfect. No one else wanted it because like, oh, it's climb 2 flights of stairs. It's worth the 2 flights of stairs. You mean?
You remember how Wyatt used to give me crap because I would carry my towel up and down the stairs twice?
Bro, why you carry why don't you just leave your towel up there?
That was one of those things that Wyatt, like, he would never let it go. He would never, like, just drop it.
No.
Every time he had to bring it up.
Hey, bro, why don't you just like leave your towel racks in the bathroom, right?
Hey, bro, you should just, when you like walk downstairs, just leave your towel at the top of the stairs or in the bathroom so you don't have to walk back up. Oh man.
Oh, made no sense.
I wanted to kick Wyatt in the kneecap a couple times because he would pull that crap. And he got, you know what? He got Mueller doing it too. Because I don't remember Max
Yeah,
doing that. I don't remember Max being
no,
that petty at the start. And then he
no,
caught on to what Wyatt was doing and he was doing the same thing.
no. I think Max has always been that way. He was just waiting for someone to be like, okay,
Be as
that's
petty as
green.
him.
That's my green light. Okay, I can go now. Because from what Craig has told me, he's been petty like that his whole life.
Yeah. Oh, he for sure has you know, the petty gene in there for sure.
The funniest was when we put a poll up on Twitter. Frazier was like, put a poll up, put a poll up on Twitter or something like that, and I'll be like, who's King DH? I'll
Yeah.
put me, Wyatt, Max, and someone else. I can't remember who it
Was it
was.
Jonas?
Jonas, and Frazier was convinced it was gonna be Wyatt. It's like, no, it's gonna be you, Wyatt, I promise. And day into it, we cut it off, and Frazier was voted as King DH. Dude, it was so funny because he was so hurt. That's he
Uh,
was so hurt.
he could be too, but so all of us could, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But there were a few that took the crown more than others.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There, Wyatt is one of them.
Wyatt, we're looking at you.
Max, yes.
Max Mueller, we're looking at you.
Frazier, Malcolm, we're looking at
Um,
you as well.
Frazier at times, yes. I don't think he was quite on that level. I would say it was Max and Wyatt that for sure took the crown for the most part,
Yeah, yeah, I could see it. Yeah, 100%.
especially when a few drinks were flowing
Oh,
and Wyatt went on autopilot.
oh, that happened quite a bit. Can't say it didn't, but
Autopilot.
in good time, in good fun, in good fun.
Absolutely. This is no hate whatsoever. That's our boy. And Wyatt knows. And I think Wyatt takes some pride in it. So,
Yep. I just remember the time I was screwing with him. He was on the poker machine or whatever, and I was screwing with him, and he kind of like swung out at me, and lost all his balance on the bar stool and just face planted on the floor. Dude, I laughed so hard. I was like, "Damn, dude, you good?
just whiffed.
You're not good?
Dude,
Oh, that's okay."
I've always wanted to ask you this, Bush.
Huh?
You remember, I can't remember, yeah, we were up in your room. You remember when I started wailing on you?
No.
I
Yes.
was
Yeah,
just,
I do.
you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you think it was justified for me to wail on you?
I can't remember what the cause was for though.
I remember exactly what it was, so I'll tell you. It was you and Nick, I remember especially, would always walk by me like if I'm on my phone laying on the couch and like knock it out of my hands or like, just pop it up or whatever. And so I don't remember what it was about, but I remember you were already a little bit upset about something. And it wasn't anything like towards me or like anybody really, but I remember you were already like on edge about something. And we're all just sitting up in your room. I think we had just got done playing PlayStation or something. And I knocked your phone out of your hands, just like you always do to me. And I remember you decked me right in the chest, like right here. And I was like, hold up. And I just started wailing on you because I was like, this dude does that to me all the time. And now he's going to hit me because I did it to
He's
him.
gonna get stopped. That sounds like me though. I would
Yeah.
get real. I would extend.
But I think the only reason you did it was because you were already like you were pissed off about something. I can't remember what it was.
It's
But
probably work or something. It's probably because it was in
yeah,
the
I don't know.
summertime.
Because it was in the summer, yeah.
We'd be waking up early in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I had something for you. I thought I screenshotted it, but
Basketball related.
yeah. Oh, it's talking about Kobe Bryant. How from in the 2000s, 2009s, that was like the toughest defensive era the NBA has ever seen,
Mm.
and he was the best scorer in that era.
Yeah.
They're like, they're basically saying like, it's crazy how he just goes so underlooked by everyone because his game was
Mm.
so much similar to MJ's.
Yeah.
Um, because like 2006, dude, this was crazy. Jesus, this is a lot. 81 points, 62, 51, 51, 50 twice, 48, 46, 45, 45, 43, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 times, 42,
Mm.
3 times, 41 twice, and 44 times. Jesus, dude, that's one, two. That's
Mm.
30 games above 40 points at 40 points or more.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And he
So
didn't
what
win.
are
He didn't win the MVP this year. I don't
was
know. I
that the
just
year Steve Nash won it?
yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I will go by this till the day I die. I feel like that was one of the biggest MVP robberies, at least that I remember.
Kobe should
You
have had
know,
at least three. At least three.
yeah, because he has one, right?
One MVP. That's crazy
Yeah, yeah,
to me.
that's kind of absurd when you really think about Kobe's career. But like that year specifically, the tear that he was going on, 81 was obviously in the Garden, wasn't it? That was
81
that
was in the
year.
Staple.
Oh, it was?
It was
Oh,
against
was it against the Raptors?
yeah, Jalen Rose.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Um,
funny to me. Um,
but yeah, that was just to me that was just a huge MVP robbery looking back on it.
I don't know. I just don't get it. Like even when they say like I'm just going on a Kobe rant right now because I have to. I always have to defend my guy.
Hmm.
But like even when he was playing with Shaq, I understand Shaq was scoring 30, but Kobe was also scoring 29 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds too. In the
Hmm.
second year when he was 22 in the playoffs, like that's impressive. I don't care.
Yeah.
Even when you have Shaq with you, and then where's the other one? You got to think about he went up against four Hall of Famers, for, like one of the best teams ever, in my opinion, with the Celtics with Rondo, KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. That was a really good team, really good
Hmm.
team. And I don't know, dude. I wish people would put a little more respect on his name, and actually like he deserves to be in the goat conversation. He does, 100.
Yeah,
percent
there's no question about that.
But it's
Um,
too underlooked.
I think there was like I think people started to look towards LeBron a little bit, like before Kobe's reign was really over. You know, like LeBron came in and obviously had all that publicity and stuff around him, and it was really still Kobe's league, if you ask me. Um, but I mean, I think we've talked about this in podcasts, but in a couple or one of them before, but NBA players that especially the ones that played against Kobe, they always bring him up as like, oh, he's got to be in that conversation, and it's crazy that he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like AI is one especially that comes to mind, but all those dudes that went toe to toe with the Mamba, like they know what it is.
He was nasty. Yo, I'm reading this thing. What year is this? Damn. The 05-06 season, Kobe averaged 35, 5, and 4 and did not win. Played 80 games and led the Lakers to a 45 and 35 record in those games. Didn't win the MVP award. What the dude, come on.
I was a Steve Nash year, I think.
That's just so crazy to me. 27 40 plus point games. In that season, he's in the last 40 seasons, Kobe Bryant is the only player to have three separate streaks with four or more consecutive games of 40 plus points. He had a streak of 5 games, a streak of 4 games, and a streak of 4 games.
Where he was getting 40 each night.
Yeah, that's nuts. That was Kobe
Bro,
without Shaq, with guys like Chris Mim, Devin George,
Kevin
um,
George.
Kwame Brown. Who else is on that team?
Bro, I want to ask you about, I know you've seen a little bit of it on Twitter, and Johnny Johnny G tweeted at both of us, but some of this stuff Paul Pierce has been saying. Like, what do you think of some of this?
I,
Like the one about Dwayne Wade. Just talk about that one real quick. What's your
he's
take on
really
his?
dumb because I don't think he understands that D Wade was third year in the league, and after in the last 4 games of that series, he averaged 39 points per game. I don't care if he had
Mm,
Shaq on his team. What like you're averaging 40, bro. Ain't no way you're averaging
bro.
40. I'm sorry, I get it. NBA players are different. Paul Pierce is a good player, but no, that's just dumb, dude. I don't know what his beef is again with D Wade is, but
The
I'm
thing
taking
for
Dwayne
me
Wade. I'm
is,
taking Dwayne Wade over Paul Pierce every day of my life.
yeah. The thing for me is that like Paul Pierce he is behind Dwayne Wade in literally and not just a little bit. I feel like he's pretty significantly behind Dwayne Wade in pretty much every statistical category, at least from what some of the numbers I've seen. I might have to fact check that, but like
No, he is. He pretty much
I
is.
feel like the numbers aren't even close. And I know numbers don't tell the whole story. And like you said, Paul Pierce was a dude that he was going to get buckets typically when he stepped on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't get that same feeling if I'm like, oh, we're going against Paul Pierce tonight. Oh, and we're going against prime Dwayne Wade tonight. Like that's different if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, kind of what you said. You brought it up already. Is why is he going at Dwayne Wade so much? Like that's
What's
one
the
of the
beef
top
there?
two guards of all time. Like why are you going at him?
D Wade has 3 rings. Paul Pierce has one. Dwayne Wade has All NBA 8 times. Paul Pierce 4. Dwayne Wade averaged 40 or 22, 5 assists on 48% from the field. Paul Pierce was 19, 3 assists and 44% from the field. Does this guy show any more stats? Dwayne Wade 3 times all defense. Paul Pierce is 0. Like, dog, no. I'm sorry, but
I
then it's
just
like
don't see
I
how
when
he
I
can
see him
actually justify it.
when I see I know when I see that when I see him say stuff like that, I just think of the Jalen Rose video on
Which one? Oh,
ESPN
with yeah,
when he's
where
just sitting
that
there going at him like sitting there labeling off Dwayne Wade's and Paul Pierce is sitting there like he starts to be like no and Jalen goes no you're
like
gonna
hold
sit through
up,
this
yeah.
don't backtrack.
And I think it's
He
who's
sat there like damn.
the host of the show, the lady, I can't remember her name, Michelle Beadle is back there just like,
Uh-huh.
oh, three is more than zero and stuff like that.
Paul Pierce is just sitting there taking it like, damn dog, you
Yeah,
really dug
man.
yourself into that. You opened the bed there and you better lie in it.
Yeah,
Goofy.
absolutely.
He shit himself in
I
the
don't know.
finals, and then he got carted off, and I'll never respect him ever after that.
Who he
Himself.
denied that he crapped himself.
He dumped himself, dude. I'm like, come on, bro.
You're convinced?
I'm convinced. There was nothing wrong with him. Nothing. He just
Hey,
doo-dooed
it
in his
was a
pants.
heroic entrance. It was a heroic entrance back onto it.
He got hit
That's
really
so
hard, and
funny.
he knew, like, oh, yo, y'all need to help
I
me. I
need.
I need to change.
Oh man, didn't that happen to a BH dude? Oh
Yes,
no, I'm
it
thinking
did.
of a
No,
Concordia
yeah, it
guy.
did. No, it did happen to a BH guy. He kept untucking the back of his jersey because it was like going through and through his white shorts, I guess.
Oh wee.
Man, that's so bad. You should just. Oh, it happened to JD Davidson. Do you know who that is? From the Celtics
Hmm.
in summer league, dude. They're wearing white, and there was a brown stain right by his. Bro, duh.
Oh man.
Go to the locker room.
Yeah, like
Someone tell this man to go to the locker room. Someone
you
help
gotta
this
ask for a sub. You gotta ask for a sub before it gets to that
man.
point.
You nasty at that point.
Like,
Don't
hey
sit
coach,
down.
I'm not tired and I'm not asking to come out the game, but I gotta handle some business real
I
quick.
got
I'll be back in
I
about 10.
clean myself up and find
Yeah,
some new shorts.
like
Sorry,
Nick
coach.
did in between the basketball mile.
How he pulled that off is beyond me. I could never
It
do that.
was,
I would have to just pray by the grace of God that I made it through the second part of it.
yeah, that's peak athleticism right there. Just being able to
You got
let
four
one
minutes.
go in about a 3 minute span.
That's 30 seconds to run, 30 seconds to come back. You got about 2:30. It's about two
Yeah.
minutes and 30 seconds because you got to think about the 30 seconds of like cleaning yourself.
Oh man, that's tough.
Basketball mile. Tell the people what the basketball mile was.
The basketball mile was, so was it a deep 12? That was a deep
Yep.
12, right?
Uh huh.
Which is 12
12.
touches each baseline. So
Six down and
each,
backs.
yeah, six down and backs basically. And you had to do them in, I believe the number was a minute 20 or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Um, ish. I don't know. That might not be exact, but
Minute
we had to
24.
finish them all in a minute 24. Um, and we had to do eight of them. And so we did, was
That's
it eight of
disgusting.
them?
Yeah, but you did four
Yeah,
halftime
and so we
four.
did four, and then we had like a 4 minute halftime. And that's when old Nico had to run to the restroom, and then he made it back in time and we finished it up.
Now
Most of us finished it up.
Let me ask you this. Was the halftime needed or was it like, dude, just like, come on, let's line it up again? Because you guys would go every minute 30 or minute
Right,
24.
right.
So
Um,
I would have said, no,
to
screw the
me,
halftime. Let's go, bro. I need four more done. I'm almost there.
oh, trust me, I appreciated the halftime. But if it was needed, like I'll say this, with conditioning like that, it's all about finding the pace. So like you can't, obviously you want to run them hard and get the most out of it, but you got to know you're hitting this baseline for your third touch or whatever at this time, and
Uh huh.
you got to be getting to the opposite baseline, turning around to go down for number five at this time. And if if you can keep that pace every single time, it makes it a lot easier. I think some people they don't, which I'm going to throw out a coachism here. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. You start not using your brain when you get tired. And you see that in basketball players. Like,
Yeah.
here's a little nugget for you. Learning how to play tired is a skill. Like, you have to learn to do that and learn to be able to be productive and still think on your feet when you're dog tired. Um, but anyway, that's what that conditioning was to me. So like if it was just we had to do 8 straight, I was just going to make sure I hit that pace every single time.
I remember you said you guys figured out the pace to it. I didn't go. I was sleeping.
Mhm.
I was tucked away. I was asleep. I was
Yeah, you were
tired.
slip.
Slept. I remember you guys came back. I came downstairs. I was like, "What's up?" You're like, "Basketball mom." I was like, "What? I didn't know." Yep.
Yep.
Oh. I was like,
I
"Oh."
would say that's one of the harder conditionings I've ever done in my basketball career.
I thought the dumbest conditioning thing, and I did it with you guys, was the track thing.
You think so?
Yeah, that was stupid.
I just remember Joe Cam needing a trash can every time. The
I
track
think he
thing where we
just
were like jumping on the high jump mats and stuff.
no the not that track outside when we had to run for 12 minutes and see how far
Oh
we got.
yeah.
That was dumb, dude. That was so dumb. Why I did that with you guys? Dumb,
Hey, I
dumb.
respect it, Bush. That was took some cojones to do that because that stuff's not fun.
No, I was lifting with you guys in Clover Car. It was no, was it Clover Car? Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah,
Clover.
that first year. Yeah.
We're getting big. I was That was probably one of the strongest points I've ever been at.
Did you know? Because you lifted with us with Seekman a little bit, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did you notice the difference in like emphasis of their workouts?
Yeah,
Like Klobuchar was all about
he was old
being
fashioned.
strong and getting big, and you could tell he was a football or football strength coach, you know.
Bro, he made us squat 10 times for 10 sets
I know,
and
man.
add weight every single time. Like, bro, you are crazy. You're out of
Yeah.
your goddamn mind if you think I can do that 10 times.
Uh, but Seekman was he was much more like sport specific training, I feel like, or maybe a little bit more on that side. You could tell
Um,
he obviously had his
yeah.
football influences too, but he did a little bit better job of being sport
Imagine,
specific.
imagine if we would have actually ate right.
That's the key, man. We were hitting TJs and T-Bell and
McDonald's, Subway, all of it.
all the time. And when we weren't, we were making mac and cheese on King,
That's the
or
thing,
I
though.
was.
That's the thing. Like we ate so bad. If we would have learned how to eat good and eaten good,
Yeah,
would have been a different. Maybe it would have been way different.
we would have looked a lot sexier, I'll tell you that.
Hmm. Okay, you look like Mac Miller's cousin. We'll just
Hey, buddy. I thought that fit was hitting that night,
Garfield,
and he was just flaming me for it.
Garfield, the Garfield sweater.
Man, what was it about me that people would come at me for no reason?
It's
Because
because
that
you're a
was
little
like
guy.
I can
It's because
think
you're
of
the
I
little
can
guy
think
of the group.
now because I'm a boss. That's why they want to come at the big fella.
No, it's because
But
you're.
I can think of 3 or 4 times where like I'm just sitting there chilling and somebody comes up to me and pops off for no reason.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what in the world is going on?
Why? Like,
Like,
what did I do?
yeah,
No, it's because you're the little guy in the group, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go pick on their son."
you're my son. You're
Like,
my
hey, hey, hey,
firstborn,
whoa,
and you
whoa,
always will
whoa,
be.
hey, 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 you can't pick on him. Only we can.
I didn't need your guys' help. Maybe except at that first time when Tommy was coming at me, that would have been rough.
Yeah. You might have been on your own on that one. I had
Yeah,
no idea that was going on.
y'all would have ditched. Or yeah, I would have had maybe one or two people backing me up, but that's
I
about
was
it.
downstairs so fast.
Oh man,
All right,
that's it, man.
we're jabbering at this point.
We're jibber jabbering right now.
Yep.
That's all we got. Pretty
Hope
light
y'all enjoyed the
episode this
mustache.
week.
Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, Bush rocking the stash.
Harley, dude, I think it's so awesome. I walked out and I had the biggest smile on my face when I did it, and I was proud. And my mom didn't say a word, and I'm like, what? And so
You
kind of
wanted it
walked
to be
up.
acknowledged.
Yeah, I did. I walked up, I looked at her, said, hey, what's up? I said, hey, like, what is like, you still not going to say anything? I was like, did you notice anything? She's like, what, the mustache? Oh, okay. Like, are you serious right now? That's all
It's
you're
I've
going to give
told you,
me?
bro. It's because you've done it already. You've
And
already
then
had the caterpillar stash.
and then I looked at my dad. My dad was sitting on the couch. I walked in. I had shortened up the sides a little bit, shortened it up a little bit more. I walked out. And I just kind of looked at him, and I was trying to like get his attention, just staring at him. And he turns around. He's like, "What?" I was like, "What's up? What do you think?" He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You're not gonna say anything about the mustache?" He's like, "Oh, I saw it. I was just gonna let it go." I'm like, "You guys are
Yeah.
fun, man."
Oh. Did you do the stash when we all did our crazy?
Sure did.
Yeah. What a time.
Absolutely.
All right. We're out, man. Bush and the stash are out.
Yep.
Episode 22.
Y'all know where it's at. Peace.
Kitchen Hook.
Peace.